So Gamescom this year just decided to be absolutely insane. Hey Chooms, welcome back to another video. My name is Nate, and today we are talking about a brand new game that was announced at Gamescom. This video is going to be a little quicker just because there's not too much to cover here. But I still want to get a video out to you guys, and by the title and by other people talking about it, you already know that we got a new Halloween game. And by Halloween, I mean the franchise Halloween with everyone's favorite Shape, Michael Myers.
Before we start, should I address you as Michael or the Shape or Mr. Myers? I guess Mr. Myers is your father, right?
So a new Halloween game is in the works at IllFonic, the American developer specializing in asymmetric multiplayer titles. Now, this game is targeting a 2026 multi-platform release. It's not going to be an exclusive anywhere because otherwise it would probably be DOA. But IllFonic is working hand in hand with, I think, Gun, the people that made the original, one of the greatest multiplayer games I've ever played, the original Friday the 13th game. It's funny, I was planning a video for Friday the 13th because I figured we weren't going to get anything like this at Gamescom, and I was wrong. So, but yes, we all know about the Halloween franchise, especially if you are a horror fan, the original Halloween being one of the best and most successful horror movies ever, and this franchise really spanning even recently over the last few years. And so it looks like we haven't gotten a Halloween game since 1983, according to the Game Rant article that I'm using for this video. Apparently, there was a game that released for the Atari 2600 in 1983, so before I was born. And then there was a Retro Realms Halloween launched as DLC to Retro Realms platform, which I have no fucking clue what that is. But anyway, what is going on with this Halloween the game that was announced? This upcoming project is going to be an asymmetric multiplayer game based on the popular film franchise, something that we can just guess by looking at it. So this trailer was about 2 minutes. It looks like everything was rendered in game. So the game looks pretty solid, especially because most of these asymmetric horror games kind of look similar. I feel like the Ghostbusters one was one of the only ones that really looked different, but they didn't really show any gameplay. They more so showed the environment and the settings that are going to take place in this game. And it looks like Haddonfield looks just like it does in the movies. So that's good, I guess. I wonder if this is going to be a very similar thing to Friday the 13th, where for a while you only really have one or a few maps and they're all kind of the same campsite just from the different movies. Haddonfield hasn't really been portrayed that much differently in the Halloween franchise. I mean, I guess if you want to count the Rob Zombie, is that who made those Halloween movies that weren't very good? I don't know. Haddonfield in general, just as a location, is not something that's portrayed vastly different from film to film. So Gun Interactive is co-publishing this game, meaning that they're probably giving some funds and really just helping with different ideas. I'm a huge fan of Gun Interactive, mostly because of the Friday the 13th game, but I also really loved the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. It just died way too soon, unfortunately. But apparently that they are working hand in hand with John Carpenter for this game. So I think that's a really good thing, and that's really cool in my opinion. And they're really trying to ensure that this is a faithful recreation of the 1978 original film. So I think that is really the best thing that they can target here. They're going to be bringing iconic locations, soundtracks that draws different feelings from different film scores. The developers are aiming to deliver really a immersive experience for fans of the Halloween franchise, and I think that's really good. But it's targeting a 2026 release. We are not going to see this game in a long time. I can't believe John Carpenter is 77 years old. This dude was born in 1948. Like in 25 years, this dude will be basically over 100 years old if he's still alive. That's fucking nuts. Sorry, I was Googling if John Carpenter is still alive because I said that they're working with him, and I read it in the article, but now I can't find it in the article, but he's alive. So I don't look that stupid, except for right now when I'm leaving this in the video video because I fucking hate myself. But yeah, I'm excited for this game. Honestly, I would prefer if we were getting a single player story driven experience. However, there is a single player mode for this game, which in my opinion probably means it's going to be a bot mode of the main multiplayer mode, which I don't have a problem with, because if the game ever gets delisted or they close the servers down, at least you'll still be able to play it somehow. That's what I'm thinking. My dream though is that the single player mode, since they didn't really talk about it all that much, is going to be just a fully fledged out story mode. That would be fucking awesome if we had even just like a 5-hour story mode of us just running away from Michael, or playing as Michael Myers actually, because obviously that's going to be what most people want to do when they're playing the multiplayer mode, is play as Michael Myers, because who the fuck wants to play as the survivors? I do actually. I really like playing as the survivors for the most part. I don't know if that's just me though. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. I posted earlier on the YouTube channel. If you guys don't know, I use the post feature quite a bit. I made a post and I, for some reason in my brain, thought that that really cool combat game Acts of Blood was a new announcement at Gamescom, just because I had never heard of it. So I was going to do a video about how that was my favorite thing to come out of Gamescom. And then after looking at the list for Gamescom, I realized that even though we still have one more day, that game was not there. So I'm a fucking dumbass. I apologize. Let me know what your thoughts are about us getting a Halloween game and it being an asymmetric multiplayer game. I know that multiplayer games are kind of hit or miss for a lot of people. I personally think that the asymmetric multiplayer genre of games tends to be one of the better ones compared to like the microtransaction riddle pay to play kind of, or not pay to play, but pay to win style of games. Dude, I can't fucking speak today, bro. Anyways, I'll see you guys in Haddonfield next year, or in a couple days when I upload again. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.